Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about something I'm really passionate about, really angry about, frustrated. I mean, the reality is you've all been lied to. And the media has done it to you. I guess maybe some people or maybe some, people have told you things that maybe they're naive to. I know, I'm dragging it out. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Canada is not the promised land. Canada is not the promised land. Neither is the States, neither is Australia. All you haters are gonna hate me, but I need my Serbs to understand this. And I need the rest of the world, anywhere that is considering Canada, to hear this video loud and clear. Canada has just gone on censorship. So I'm going to assume that most of my Canadians, unfortunately, are not going to be allowed to watch this. Or eventually my video will become censored because I'm about to give you the truth. I'm about to share with you things that I've experienced, things that I've seen myself, not things of hearsay, guys. I am a Canadian, born, raised Canadian. Let me get into it. I wasn't even going to touch on this subject. I wasn't even going to make a video to give the time of day to the government in Canada and the nonsense that is happening there. But it's come to a point where I have to. Why? Why do I have to, you're asking me? I'm so tired of seeing in my comments or talking to people and they tell me, are you sure Canada's great? Are you sure? How can you tell me that if you've never been living there? Being on vacation, have you even gone on vacation there? Probably not. If you're still saying it's great, have you lived there is the better question. Why are so many Serbs coming back from a country they once fled from? Doesn't that make you wonder? Just because I'm the only Canadian English speaking person maybe you might meet doesn't mean that there's not a lot of Serbs that have gone over there and come back. Guys, it's not just us. I'm going to give you a quick story. And I tell this story to almost everyone I meet. So if you've met me, you've heard this story. We left Canada, and I felt like we fled Canada. And that is no disrespect to my Serbs who have actually had to flee this country in Serbia due to war. I didn't flee due to war. I fled due to the war from the government on its people. Okay, let me tell you the story. We left fairly quickly. That's why I say we fled. We didn't flee, guys. I don't know what it feels like to leave in war, and I will never say I do. But we came rather quickly, so my husband didn't get to say goodbye to maybe some of the people that he would have said goodbye to. One of them being his friend from Serbia who was living in Canada. And he called his friend when we got here and said, hey, I'm really sorry that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, but my family has moved to Serbia for good. And I just wanted to let you know now that we're here and the dust is settling, so that this doesn't come as a surprise. You know what he said? Brate, don't worry. I'll be there in 2 weeks. This is another person. Now I'm 37 years old. This is another person in my age group who is also leaving Canada to move to Serbia. We are not crazy. We are not crazy. Now I'm going to explain. What set me off for this video is that a young kid in his teens, may he be 14, 15, 16, 17, those are the ages that you're in high school. He said there is only male and female. Now Canada's known for its freedom of speech, right? There's only male and female. They not only suspended him, which if you don't know what suspended means, I'm not sure if you guys use the same terminology. They've told him he can't go to school for a certain amount of days. Not only did they suspend him, they arrested him. A teenage boy was arrested on hate crime because of his freedom of speech and his own opinion being shared. I am here to tell you the truth about Canada. I'm here to lay it on thick. And like I said, not everyone's going to like it. So, forget even that. Let's just put that on the back burner. Okay? And yes, I'm worked up. I'm upset. I know I'm normally like all smiles. I am upset. People think Canada is a country of the free. Which part was free? I still don't know. I'm still looking for the free. To me, freedom is wanting to go to a private doctor and pay and being able to do that, not just public health care. And that public health care was for everybody, and everybody's not getting the right health care. Forget that. One of the most common things that I hear from my fellow Serbs, and now I say fellow Serbs because you know what? I went for my citizenship. I've got my temporary residence. I'm a fellow Serb, okay? The money? Yeah, you guys make less because everything here is 10 to 100 times less than it costs in Canada. Let me give you an example. The same medication that I would buy in Canada would cost me $300, cost me $30 here. If you own a house, you pay property tax. Property tax is an annual amount that you are required to pay for your land. Do you got it in Serbia? Yeah, let's talk about that. Property tax is anywhere, and it depends on where you live, but for the most part, where the suburbs are, where all the houses are lined up and everybody lives, you're paying $4,000 to $6,000 or $7,000, guys, not dinars, dollars, just for your piece of land that you live on. Piece? It's nothing like what you guys have here. We're talking a small piece of land. You barely get a backyard. Okay? Insurance, you're paying $300 to upwards of $600 a month. A month. You get a paycheck. You guys get taxed on your paycheck? We get like 40% in taxes. The more money you make, the more they take from you. Okay, so you're taxing my paycheck. Then you're taxing me 13% on everything I buy. And then you now have a new soda or pop tax. You have property tax. There's tax on a vehicle when you buy it. There's tax to receive my money, but there's tax if I have savings. Take that in. There's something called a tax-free savings account. A tax-free savings account, the government tells you how much you are allowed to save, and anything outside of that, you're taxed on. You are taxed on not spending your money. You're taxed when you spend your money. Everyone thinks there's no poverty in Canada? What do you call this?
This is the land of milk and honey. This is Canada, baby. Can you believe this? It's actually downtown Kitchener. This is Canada. I thought it's a third world country. You could be fool me.
dog.
I know.
Yo, that guy is living. That's how you look at the dog.
How did he tie it?
Yo, I want this guy's life.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
This is what I see. I see tents. I see homeless people. I hear that British Columbia is now allowing people to have access to cocaine. We're handing out needles. I'm not walking by drug addicts in Serbia. Drunks? Yeah, but guess what? We got those too. We got drunks, we got addicts, people walking around like zombies. Can't walk around at night. You can't walk around at night. Think about that. Think about that. Freedom? What freedom? When you're sending your kids to what you feel like is a Catholic or Christian school, and you have transgender people wearing gigantic prosthetic breasts, such as this. Is that an educator? Someone who's focusing on sexualizing themselves? I don't care what you do in your private time. I don't care if that's what you decide to wear outside of school, but my kids are required to go to that school. My kids are required to stare at you all day. And you're working in a school with high school kids and you're expected to be taken serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry that I'm so angry and passionate, but what I want you guys to understand, is Serbia a challenge for me? Absolutely. I don't speak the language. Doing everything brand new is not something I ever thought I would be doing. I didn't just, wake up one day and say, it's so great here that I'm bored and I'm just going to go move to Serbia. That did not happen. It did not happen that my kids said, you know what? I prefer it over there. That just doesn't happen. You send your kid to school, not knowing if they're going to get shot or stabbed. You're trying to teach your kid how to react in a situation because there's so many shootings and stabbings that you're concerned for them to even raise their voice or even have a man-to-man argument can't even happen because you're worried they're going to get shot or stabbed. Waiting for the bus? Watch your back because people are being stabbed and shot and pushed on train tracks on a daily basis, guys. Not every here, now and then, here and there. Every single day, we are seeing things in the news about people being shot, being stabbed, being pushed on tracks, being molested. Yeah, there's more people in Canada. That's what you want to tell me? What about the fact that safety has gone out the window? Everyone is for themselves now. Everybody is for themselves. People can't afford groceries now. And I know you guys make less here. And there's still options here. We don't have options in Canada when you can't afford food. Housing options? What housing options? The price is so high, people can't afford to buy. So many Serbs here are able to pride themselves on owning their own property, whether it be a condo or apartment or a house. There's options and price ranges all over the place. In Canada now, they're saying the average household must have at least an income of $240,000 to qualify to buy something, to buy yourself a house. They're not making that. Propaganda and media have led you to believe that they're making huge money. Right off the top, like I said, you're losing 40% of your money to the government, if not more. You're not making that. Canada has taken a new approach in allowing people to decide if they can't afford to live, you can sign up and have an assisted suicide. Because you just can't afford to live anymore. You guys are allowing people to die, sign up and be euthanized like animals because they can't afford to live. And then you're saying if you have mental health issues, you can, after the age of 12, you can sign up to be euthanized as well. I mean, assisted suicide is definitely an option. What are we talking about here? Guys, land of the free? Where's the support for its people? Why? Why did Canada crumble? I'll tell you why. Mismanaged country. A leader who has failed the entire country. People have no rights, but they're told that they live free. And if you tell somebody every day something, they believe it. If you tell somebody every single day that they're dumb, every single day, they're going to believe they're dumb. So yeah, we can all sit there and say that you're free. Oh yeah, we're free. We were free. This in Serbia is free. Are there problems? There's problems everywhere, but you got to pick and choose your battles. Canada just keeps bringing in more and more refugees and immigrants. Yeah, keep them coming. But did you hear on your news? You probably didn't, because Canada doesn't want it out, that a woman stabbed herself, a refugee stabbed herself in front of a government building and said, I would rather stab myself and be in the hospital to have somewhere to sleep than sleep outside. But Canada promised me they had room for me. They promised me that they would take care of me as a refugee. They brought me here, and now I'm living in a manner that I can't even live in, to the point where I'd rather either die or live in the hospital. Why is Canada bringing in people when they can't even take care of the people they have, let alone the refugees they've already made commitments and promises to? You know what I will say? It is a land of a freer situation for anyone who's gay or a lesbian. Obviously, Serbia is going to be more difficult for you, and you're going to feel more free there in that sense only. But there's way more negatives than there are positives. And a lot of those negatives are going to outweigh your positives. Because while your sexual choice feels good to live free, the burden of living under financial hardship, not knowing if you have enough money to afford anything, not being able to get groceries, being controlled and censored, a lot of those things can weigh on your head and on your health. Not being able to get health care, even if you're desperate, you can't go pay and get health care. You got to go to the States. And we all know the situation in the States with health care, right? Imagine being forced into the vaccine without any choice, threatening of losing your job, threatening your kids of losing their sports, losing everything if you don't do the vaccine. And you know what? Oh, you want to travel? You've been locked in Canada for 2 years. Guys, people were getting fined for not doing ArriveCan. Look, I know that this video is going to be censored. I put this video out there just to share with you guys what it's really like. I know that this video will never ever be monetized because they will restrict it and tell me that I am spreading maybe false news or fake information, because that's what they do. And that's okay. I hope that this still reaches you. And I hope that this video still gets the numbers to spread the word, because there is so much more to give in this country. And if we all put in more love into the countries that have the freedom or the opportunities for people, and we all stayed here, we can make each country so much better than Canada's ever going to be, because Canada has no roots. It has no history. It has no backbone. And now the people have no say. So the next time when you tell me that you think Canada's great, I hope you have some concrete evidence. Because let me tell you, I have saved file folders of pictures and evidence and situations. You know, I'm going to go into my last quick story for you. I said, I want my kids to go into the Catholic board. We're having a lot of problems in the public board. Let's get them into the Catholic board. I found out in the Catholic board, Orthodox Christians are allowed to go because it's the closest to being Catholic, so they allow Orthodox Christians. I'm like, that's fantastic. I'm so happy. I'm going to switch my kids into the Catholic board, and this is going to be easy. And this is just a stupid thing that happened. This is just stupidity. And again, the kids don't even learn the way you guys learn in Serbia. The kids actually do schoolwork here and they learn math. They don't learn crap that they don't even ever need to learn about. In grade 3, we're learning about changing genders when we're not learning proper math and things to get us through life. We're talking about sexual orientation when we didn't talk about sexual orientation until we were in grade 7 and 8. I'm off topic. Again, there's no hate for the LGBTQs. Anyways, let me go back to the topic. So my husband and I and my children are Serbian Orthodox, baptized in the monastery. Okay? I have all my paperwork. I submit everything. Should be done. I get notified by the school we can't register. I'm like, what? Well, you can't register because you are Serbian Orthodox. You need to be Yugoslavian Orthodox. Strašno. What are you talking about? My kids need to be Yugoslavian Orthodox. I'm confused. Well, they have to be Yugoslavian Orthodox in order to register. That's the only one we have on our list of approval. There is no Serbia here. I said, show me one, just one, registration in the last 20 years at a Yugoslavian Orthodox, and I will piss off. I will never bother you guys again. But the fact that you guys still think Yugoslavia is a country is quite concerning. But we're not even going to go there. Show me one registration. We end up going back and forth for 1 year. 1 year. Only for them to say, oops, we made a mistake. Apparently Yugoslavia is split into 3 countries. These are educators, guys. These aren't just educators. These are educators who went through the system and they're higher up. I have proof in a letter of apology and saying, on behalf of all the Serbians that we have turned away, we apologize to you. Guys, when the smart wake up in Canada, they leave. The ones who are stuck there, unfortunately, are burdened by financial woes that they can't leave. And then there's the people who are just naive. I wasn't one of them. But let me tell you, if you plan to go to Canada, I don't say don't go. I tell people, you know what, go. Experience it for yourself. Don't just believe me, but don't spread misinformed information until you have your own experience. Experience is key. I love you, Serbia. Thank you for accepting me.